What's up, YouTube? Just wanted to do this quick video on the software update for the green light chime. Basically what it does is when you go to a stoplight and the light turns green, it's going to make a chime sound to let you know that it's green and that you're able to go. It won't do that if there's a vehicle in front for safety reasons. So it'll only do it once the vehicle moves and the green light is on. So that very faint chime sound that just came on, that was what it is. So it's just a light, subtle chime. I think that it would be cool if we're able to customize it, like go under settings, customize chime sound, and then put a chime sound to kind of differentiate that between other sounds that the car makes. But I think it's a pretty cool feature. At first I was thinking, well, why do I need a chime? Or why did they put that on there in order to go? And the only kind of almost logical explanation that I can think of is probably because they can't really say it because, you know, text messaging is illegal, you know, when you're driving, of course, or on the phone, just preoccupied. But once that sound is there, and let's say somebody pulls to the stop light and then they hear that chime sound, then they go, right? But let's say they have their text messaging, and we've all seen people do it. We've probably been guilty ourselves of doing text messaging. But if you're down, you know, looking at your phone, doing text messages, and that light goes off, then you look up, you take off, you know, obviously when it's okay, and then you're good to go. I know there's been times when people have honked at people for being on the phone and just sitting at the light, sitting there, you know, or wasting, you know, time for the light from green to yellow, then it turns red, and then you miss your turn. So I think that that's why they did that. But it could be something else. If somebody else has something else in the comments and they want to say why they think it is, or maybe it's just something as an added software update feature that Tesla wanted to put in there. Who knows? But I mean, they did that, and then they also did the new software update was, I believe, on tire rotations. When you do that, it'll recalibrate itself. So I think that when you take out or when you rotate your tires and you put them back in, then you can go under the settings menu under tires, and then you can hit reset. So then I think it recalibrates itself. Or just look at your speedometer. I mean, not your speedometer. Look at your odometer and see how many miles it is. If it's, you know, 5,000 miles or 3,000, depending on, you know, what tires you have in the rating, then just rotate the tires to make them last longer. The other one was a seatbelt enhancement, but I'm not too sure what that seatbelt enhancement was for. They just said that it is for Tesla's already superior crash testing and safety, that whatever the enhancement was for seatbelts is that it adds to it just to make it better. So it seems that Tesla is always coming out with software updates. I got a software update yesterday, and that software update was, I think all the software updates are 25 minutes or so, but it just says that, like, let's say you're at your home and it's linked to your Wi-Fi system, you'll get a notification on the Tesla app or a text message saying that there's a software update, and just to click it, it's kind of like as if you're doing a phone update, right? You know, like let's say your phones or your iPhones have an update, you just click software update and it does a process. It's the exact same thing on this vehicle. So that's pretty cool. That's one of the things why I like the Tesla too, is because if there's fixes on the car, you don't have to go to a dealership. You don't have to go to the dealership and then, you know, get a rental car and, you know, all of this stuff and waste your time. It's just done over the air. So just a software update over the air usually fixes the issues. So I think that's pretty cool that these smart cars, you know, Tesla's electric vehicles do that. On the charging, you know, I have the home charger, so I plug it in. Last night, I think I was going from LA to San Diego or so. I made it home with 9% or 20 something miles left on the car. It was actually pretty efficient. And then I did the autopilot, and it was perfectly fine. I was a little bit worried, of course, but if there was ever an incident, what's really cool is Tesla's supercharging network. Where I live, it's pretty much all over the place, or in like 2 or 3 different spots on my way home if I'm up in LA or Inland Empire and then headed over here to San Diego. So I like that. I know that if you live in a more rural area, it's a little bit harder. As an example, this weekend I actually drove 864 miles, not in my Tesla, but I actually had to go with a truck. And I did that, but on the way down, you're noticing like all the rest stops and to see what Tesla chargers are available. And there actually wasn't that many Tesla chargers. There were electric vehicle chargers, like I think of the EVgo and some other ones, but those, I believe you have to get an adapter with Tesla, and the rumor is it's around $400 or $500 for, let's say, the EVgo adapter. And then, of course, before you do that, you kind of want to download an app, put in your credit card information or debit card information. It doesn't deduct anything, only if you use the charger, but just to have that on hand in case you're doing that for emergencies. But me, I really don't drive long distances right now or yet, so I'm happy with my charger that I have at home, or I'll just use the supercharger maybe down in Carlsbad or even up, in the Lake Elsinore area, somewhere like that. But this weekend when I went and I was on the truck driving, I'd go to the rest stops and I saw not the Tesla chargers, but I saw other chargers. But there are a lot of them, so you'll be surprised, even in the small rural towns, like let's say between San Diego and then driving up north off of 395 or so, going into like Mammoth Lakes, Yosemite, some of those small towns, you'll see some chargers there, electric vehicle chargers. How much they are, I have no idea, but I just noticed that. So I can tell as electric vehicles start getting more and more popular. Well, actually, they're already popular. It's just the manufacturers like, Cadillac, Rivian, BMW, VW, all of these car manufacturers, just to start mass producing all of these vehicles, going through their tests to iron out all the kinks. So I think once all of that starts to get into production, we're going to see, a vast amount of electric charging places. So I think that that's good. I do believe that Tesla, of course, spearheaded the way and is kind of like the pioneer of electric vehicle charging. That's why I like the Tesla. And this is also where you're going to find the release notes on the software update. So all you're going to do is you're going to go onto the home screen. And then once you're here, you're going to go under software. So under software, I'll go ahead and click that. And then what I'm going to do is go into release notes. So if I click on release notes, now it's going to show me exactly what software updates came out. So on this one is the Seatbelt System Enhancement. It just says it built upon your vehicle's superior crash protection based upon regulatory and industry standard crash testing, by now using Tesla's vision to help offer some of the most cutting-edge seatbelt pre-tensioner performance in the event of a frontal crash. So right there, it's saying that it uses cutting-edge seatbelt pre-tensioner performance in the event of a frontal crash. Your seatbelts will now begin to tighten and protect properly restrained occupants earlier in a wider array of frontal crashes. So that's good. And then right here is the green light chime. And it says a chime will play when the traffic light you are waiting for turns green. If you are waiting behind another vehicle, the chime will play once the vehicle advances unless traffic aware cruise control or auto steer is active. The chime is only designed as a notification. It is the driver's responsibility to observe the environment and make decisions accordingly, obviously. And then, of course, like I was talking about, which was the tire configuration. So right here, the tire configuration, reset the learn tire settings directly after a tire rotation, swap or replacement to improve your driving experience. To reset, tap controls, service, wheel and tire configuration, and then tires. And like I said, that's what's going to reconfigure itself. And that is it. Oh wait, hold on here. Let me turn off I'm parked in the garage right now, so I'll just turn off the light. And this is my charger. So let me get out quick. So right over here is my Tesla charger. So I believe I have that on a 60 amp in the box and the fuse on the side of the house. And this is what is actually gonna charge my vehicle. I don't charge it every day, I only charge it whenever I need to. And I think I'm doing about maybe two times a week or once a week, it depends. Or I'll charge it, like, let's say on a Sunday night, and then I won't have to charge it to either Thursday or Friday. But with an electric vehicle, you do have to plan, so it is important to plan. If you're thinking about going, maybe you're going to go out that night after work or something, you want to make sure you have enough charge. Unless you want to wait at a charging station, just charge it at your home, and then you're good to go.